God, John, are you out there?
In the hall.
Hope you're ready for this.
Jesus Christ.
You must have forced the door and taken the stuff out that way.
Look at the footmarks. The bastards didn't even bother to wipe their feet.
Did you notice if anything else was taken?
Yeah, it's the pottery and the Meissen from the study. And the silver from the dining room.
Not the silver. I'm sorry, John.
They've walked away with my life, Trevor. They've come in here and they've walked away with my frigging life. I feel personally violated.
Well, at least they left your golf club. But you know what I'm gonna do if I find one of them? I'm gonna beat the crap out of them! And I'm gonna count the strokes.
That's all I deserve.
And my God, they'll get it.
Suppose they could still be upstairs.
Think they're still here?
They could be. We should come back early.
But they would have heard the taxi, surely.
Would they care? We are pretty remote up here, and there could be several of them. Still, we have one advantage.
What's that, John?
We're in the right.
I know we're in the right, John. First things first, we have to call the police. And then we'll beat the crap out of them. Phone's dead. They must have cut the wires.
Suppose it's normal practice?
We're dealing with professionals. We have to be careful. We have to go down to the kennels and get the muzzles off the mastiffs. Get the muzzles off the friggin' mastiffs, John! Release the friggin' mastiffs!
We haven't got any mastiffs, Trevor.
Oh my God. They don't know that.
Now, do you want to frighten them away?
Yes, don't you?
No, I'd like to catch the bastards. Mind you, I wish I did have a dog. Barking mad with rabies. Oh, I would love to see them die slowly, in convulsions on the floor, begging for water, unable to drink. Do you want some water? Do you want it? Well, you can't have any, can you? No, you can't. And then you know what I'd say to them? I'd say, what good's the Georgian silver now, you freaking bastards?
John, I know we're both very angry and you feel personally violated, but we have to calm down!
Calm down? You spell my lips, Trevor. You telling me to calm down. Didn't think I got this, did you?
I didn't even know you had a safe.
How did they? You illiterate bastards who run a mile from a bookcase.
Does it work?
Of course it friggin' works. They use it to kill vermin. Should be a deal for the purpose. I'll lead the way.
John,
Yeah.
we're forgetting something.
What?
The ladies. Someone has to look after them.
All right. You sit down here and watch them, and I'll go up there.
Be careful.
They better be careful.
What will you do if you find one of them?
Shoot the shit out of them!
My God.
Yeah, I know. Apparently it's the same in the kitchen and the dining room. The place is in absolute shambles.
Poor John. How's he taking it?
Well, he's gotten about as far as frigging, but I suppose it could be worse.
Why are you smiling?
I'm not smiling.
Of course you're smiling.
Well, I'm smiling now because you said I was smiling earlier, but I wasn't smiling before, if you know what I mean.
Then what were you doing?
I don't know.
You did the same thing when my mother died and you had to break the news, remember?
It's a sort of face I pull to conceal my emotions.
So it's more of a grimace.
Yes.
Still looks like a smile. Trouble is, the misfortunes of others always seem to be putting you in such a good humor these days.
I'm not in a good humor, Jenny. I feel sorry for John. He's not smiling. I've been in his temples throbbing up.
Where
I
is
thought he was going to burst a blood vessel. Oh, he's upstairs.
Suppose they're up there.
My money's on John.
Shouldn't we call the police?
The phone's dead.
That's ominous.
That's what I thought.
We're so remote.
Remote is like Wuthering Heights up here. Why couldn't he live on the road like anyone else?
Are you saying he deserved this?
No, but it's times like this you need neighbors.
Trevor, you don't even know the name of our neighbors.
Yes, I do. It's Marshall. See? Marshall. Ha. Told you I knew it. Marshall. Ha.
They left 2 years ago. It's Forbes, and they haven't spoken to you since you hit their cat with a brick.
Well, at least we haven't isolated ourselves. You see, this is the sort of thing that comes from having money. Makes you wonder if it's even worth it.
Is that why we stayed poor? To avoid being burgled?
We're not poor, and I wish you would stop insinuating that I'm jealous of John. I'm proud of him. He came from virtually nothing.
Yes, you told me.
Do you know why my mother would never invite him to our place?
Because he smelled...
I went to his place once. A small room filled with people about the size of a packing case. And at school. Huh.
bullied.
Oh, you bet he was. We wore the same pair of pants for 3 years. He got bigger, but they didn't. Ended up looking like a bit of a giraffe in the end.
Oh, dear.
What?
They've left the statuette. The one we gave them for their anniversary. That's embarrassing.
Why?
They left it, Trevor, because they knew it was a cheap imitation.
So does Barbara. John put it on the mantelpiece when we arrived. It's been moving closer and closer to the door since we got here. We'll be out of the house by Monday.
Can't leave it here. Too embarrassing.
At least left that.
What's it like up there, John?
They've been through all the rooms, taken everything of value.
I'm so sorry, John.
Can you believe one of them actually sprawled out on the bed and ate a bag of candy?
How can you tell?
There was an impression on the pillow and candy wrappers everywhere.
Sounds like a cool customer.
But there was nothing untoward.
Jenny, we've been completely ransacked. What do you mean untoward?
There was nothing unpleasant.
Unpleasant.
Envy scratches, graffiti, that sort of thing.
No, I didn't see any graffiti.
Well, at least they were professional about it.
Professional? Trevor, we haven't had a visit from the frigging Hayden String Quartet. They're crooks. I've worked my life for all these things. That's professional. They come in here and they take them. That's frigging stealing.
Yes, of course. Sorry, John.
John, don't you think we ought to bring Barbara in now? She must be cold. She is only wearing a thin dress.
Yes. I'm not sure how she's going to take this. It's only been a year since the mugging. Where is she?
In the summer house. I may need some help.
Why?
She's asleep.
Asleep?
She's very tired, John.
Tired? She's frigging hammered. You all saw how much she drank at dinner and how fast. I'm surprised she didn't drink from the bottle to save time. Normally I wouldn't mind, but she was the one that undertook the drive.
Well, she certainly couldn't have done that.
None of us could have. We all drank on the firm understanding that she was going to stay on mineral water. It was her fault we had to leave the car at the restaurant.
Perhaps she was drowning her sorrows.
Yes, drowning her sorrows. On her wedding anniversary? Don't you think that's a shade tactless?
Look, I'll go get her, all right? I don't need any help. I'll be fine.
Poor John. I know how hard you've worked for all this.
All this? It's gone, Jenny. You mean all that?
At least they left the pictures. And there's no damage.
We should be grateful.
When our neighbors were done, they wrote graffiti all over the landscapes and left something unpleasant on the sideboard.
But they weren't professionals.
Did you take any cash?
No, that's in the safe, and I didn't even find that.
Is it in this room?
Yes, but I'm not going to tell you where. I'm not saying an expert wouldn't have found it and make an intensive search over a long period, but not really.
I thought it might be there.
Yeah, well, still, even if they did find it, you have to really look. And only I know that.
Not even Barbara?
No,
Why not?
because Jenny. The usual way a criminal gets into this sort of safe is by forcing the victim to reveal the combination, usually under torture. Because Barbara doesn't know the combination, there'd be no point in torturing her.
But would they know that?
What?
That there's no point in torturing her until they torture
I hadn't thought of it like that. I wouldn't tell her. There's a lot of money in that safe, and I don't believe in putting temptation in her path on the firm grounds that she's totally incapable of resisting it.
That must infuriate her.
Yeah, it does. The ironic thing is she knows the combination. She knows it, but she doesn't know it. Get what I'm saying? I wonder why the alarm didn't go off.
Maybe it did.
Well, they would have heard it down at the farm or the cottage. There are key holders. Barbara probably forgot to set it.
Well, does she usually set it?
Yes, it's her responsibility. I take out the car, and she sets the alarm. What do you do?
We haven't got an alarm. We just leave the lights on, and the radio, and sometimes the television. Actually, there's more going on in our house when we're out than when we're at home.
Did you do that this weekend?
No, this weekend Trevor left an open book, a half-eaten sandwich, and a cup of tea on the kitchen table inside of the window. He also left a wheelbarrow in the drive and a rake leaning against it at a casual angle as if a gardening chore had been interrupted. Then, just in case anyone was watching, he drove off down the road, I followed casually in rain boots, and he picked me up 2 streets away.
That's ridiculous.
Oh. Okay, Barbara and I better take a deep breath.
It's not as bad as it looks. I don't think her eyes adjusted to the light.
Adjusted to the light, she can't focus. She's completely out to lunch.
John, please.
Look, if she had just driven us back, we have the car, and we have the car phone. Don't you think you've had enough of that?
No. No one's been hurt.
What is she talking about? Where are the glasses?
Just have to remember, John, there's no serious damage. I mean, like, no, they're only things, right?
Yeah, they may only be things, but they're freaking expensive things, Trevor.
What I mean is they're not as important as people.
More important than some people I can think of. Bachelors that took them to start.
Oh my God, we've been burgled!
She's been trying to tell you.
Well, isn't anybody gonna do something? Where are the police?
You forgot to set the alarm, didn't you?
How do you know?
Because if you said it, the police would be here.
Do you remember saying it?
I can't recall.
It should be habit.
I know, but when something becomes a habit, you don't always remember doing it. I've done happily. It's the story of my life. Even if I had said it. They're away at the cottage.
What about the Coopers?
They're a quarter of a mile away. They wouldn't have heard it.
Well, that's because you didn't set it.
It's a silver
Yeah.
crystal,
Yeah.
porcelain,
Yes.
my jewelry,
I thought you were wearing it.
all of it,
Well, where did you put it?
on my dressing table.
Then it's gone. You should have left it in the safe.
I can't open the safe.
All you have to do is ask.
You were getting the car out.
Well, then you should have worn it.
All of it? Do you want me to sit to the ground?
You did a pretty good job of that already.
Standing there twiddling my thumbs. I'm gonna get my car out and fetch the police.
That'll just slow things down.
Why?
Because we'll spend the first half hour breathalyzing you.
Look, John, I think they left my keys upstairs. My car is down in the lot. I'll go get it. Jenny, do you want to come see if anything else is taken?
Oh, look. I love the statuette. Well, that tells us something about them. They've got taste. I mean, they can recognize plaster of Paris when they see it.
They got what they could afford. And that means something to me. They're my oldest friends.
So you keep telling me. Is that why we have them over almost every weekend?
We don't.
We do. For barbecues, for swimming, for tennis. Almost every weekend, John. So he's gonna get the car out. I wonder if he'll expect to be reimbursed for the gas.
It's not me.
He's a freeloader.
No.
Where is his wallet? Have you seen that man's wallet? You know, he keeps making these gestures with his backside. Is it there, do you think?
You have to be so sarcastic. He was with me when I had nothing. I'm not going to lose touch.
Yeah, sure. Well, I thought he might have offered to pay for the wine tonight, but no, all he did was make those feeble gestures, again, towards his backside, and then he ate all the after-eatness.
Look, Barbara, the meal didn't cost us anything. It was covered by the company. I had them down as visitors from abroad.
I wish they were visitors from abroad, because then they'd be going back. Really, why did you have to ask me down on our anniversary weekend? It's as if you can't talk to me anymore.
There's more to talk about when there's four of us.
Oh yeah, she's fascinating. Do you know she makes her own soap?
What?
Well, she doesn't make it exactly. You see, she recycles it.
I don't understand. Surely once you've used soap once, that's it.
Not with Jenny. You know all those little pieces of soap that are too small to use? Well, she puts them in this little gadget and makes a new piece of soap. I'm not sure if she has her own crest or anything, but isn't that clever? She probably got the idea from Trevor. I mean, it was Trevor who suggested sharing the bathwater.
Sharing the bathwater?
Yeah. Since they've been here, they've been sharing the bathwater. Now, I don't know if that means they're getting together. Having seen the size of their bath, it should have been a bit of a squeeze. Unless they sit on top of each other. Or maybe they do go in one at a time. Not sure how they decide who goes first. Perhaps they toss for it. Anything you can say about those two? They're not using up a great deal of the world's resources.
You have to be so patronizing? I suppose it's because I knew them before I knew you. It's just something you can't get.
I wouldn't want to.
Should have known Jenny then. She was so vital, so alive.
So you keep telling me.
What's the matter, Trevor?
They stole my wallet.
Where was it? Where was it?
In my sock.
Oh, that where it was.
And my credit cards.
Were they in your sock too?
They were in my suitcase. I didn't think anybody would look in a sock.
Well, I certainly wouldn't.
A sock is the first place they look, Trevor. Why didn't you carry them with you?
You didn't think you'd need them. Did you lose anything else?
My diary.
Was that in your sock too?
No, it was on the side table in the bedroom.
Well, I don't suppose that's important.
Unless they find your address and burgle you.
You don't suppose that's likely, do you?
Well, anything's possible, Trevor. I mean, they could steal your engagements, take it with your friends.
Miss Trevor knows what it's like now.
I know what it's like, John. We did have the attempted break-in.
Yes, actually, Trevor was quite resourceful.
What
Well.
happened?
Well, you see, there I was. Middle of the night, I heard a scratching at the landing window. So I crept up to the curtains and I took a peek. There was a man trying to force an entry.
What did you do?
Well, I was at a bit of a disadvantage at the time. You see, I was naked.
Sleep with nothing on?
I find it more comfortable.
Is that for economy or?
Anyway, so there I was. I crept to the curtains, I pulled them back and I went, "You want a piece of this?"
What did you do?
Well, I insinuated that he wanted a piece of my naked body.
That must have given them a little bit of a fright.
It certainly did. He fell from the ladder and ran off down the street.
I think I would have done the same.
Did you lose anything, Jenny?
Yes, a silver locket.
Where did you leave it?
In a jar of face cream.
I didn't know you had a locket.
I haven't now.
Well, why didn't you wear it?
It was Mother's, but it didn't go with what I had on.
Look, we're wasting time. Trevor, did they leave your keys?
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna go down to the farm and you're gonna call the police.
Okay.
If the Coopers aren't in, keep going until you find a payphone.
All right.
I'm gonna go back to the lane. I think it could still be out there. Barbara, start making a list of what's missing.
He's so masterful, isn't he?
Trevor,
Yes?
you didn't leave your PIN numbers with your credit cards, did you?
No.
That's in there, I suppose.
They were in my diary.
Well, Jenny, should we start and study?
Jim Henson.
Who are you?
Police, who are you?
I'm a visitor.
Oh, yes? What's your name?
Farrington. Trevor Farrington.
Right, any identification?
No.
Oh, I find that rather strange.
Well, it was taken from me.
You were mugged?
It was in my sock.
Most people keep it inside their pocket.
Well, it was in my suitcase.
So we don't really know who you are, do we?
Mr. Miles can vouch for me.
But he's not here. Is he?
No. He went across the field.
No. So all we have so far is an unidentified man acting in a suspicious manner with no means credentials at all.
Look, I'll just go get Mr. Miles.
Don't leave this room. Know what you're hooking it. Not as fast as they used to be.
Is there something wrong with your neck?
Yes, I should be on sick leave.
Why do you think I'm acting so suspicious?
You've a furtive expression, sir. Besides which, you lick your lips too much, and people who enter houses without any means of identification are generally guilty. And your face is familiar.
Well, I can't help that. I'm licking my lips because we were drinking earlier. If I seem furtive, it's because you're so suspicious.
Of course I'm suspicious. Suspicion is my trade. No identification. But you haven't even got a label on that jacket.
Yes, I do.
Have you? You shop there, do you?
That's not a crime, is it?
No, but it hardly goes with a place like this now, does it?
I said I'm a visitor.
Look, so you keep saying. Sir, it's not that you're just clearly out of your element here. That's not what you've said. It's what you haven't said. You haven't asked me for any identification. Criminal rarely does. He knows a copper when he sees one. And you submitted yourself to my interrogation, almost meekly. Could have been anyone, but you assumed I was a cop. Why? Guilt! You have a criminal's innate sense of fear of authority.
All right, fine. Show me your
A
ID.
little late for that, sunshine. You touch anything in here?
I'm afraid we all have.
I'm a little more concerned with you at the moment.
Couldn't they have worn gloves?
What?
Wouldn't they have worn gloves?
You trying to tell me how to do my job?
No, but surely.
They may have worn gloves. They almost certainly worn gloves. What we're hoping for is a moment's aberration, a hole in the finger, something. That's what police work is all about, you know. Grinding, soulless, routine. And a little bit of luck.
How did you know about the burglary?
What?
How did you know?
Alarm call put through by the neighbors.
So Mrs. Miles did set the alarm.
Yeah, would appear so.
Look, I can just go get Mrs. Miles.
You're not leaving. Stay here and try not to disturb anything. I'll deal with Mrs. Miles shortly.
You're leaving me here.
Yeah.
I thought you suspected me.
What made you think that?
Your attitude.
Years with the force, I'm afraid. But my years of experience tell me that although you have an unfortunate manner, your eyes are a little too close to your nose, you don't have the necessary bottom to make a criminal. Besides which, I think this was done by the Bradford gang. Whatever your fault, sir, you certainly don't come from Bradford.
Wait! I still haven't seen your ID.
Ah, you're improving, sir. Chief Inspector Gadget, Country CID.
Wait a second! Is there something wrong with your leg as well?
Yes. I was kicked in the balls by a very nasty piece of work on Friday night. You say Mr. Mouse is out there?
Yes.
I'll have a word with him.
Be careful.
Why?
He's armed.
What's he got?
An old army pistol, I think.
Would he use it?
I think he's looking forward to it.
That's just what I need, an outraged household owner with an old army pistol. It's more dangerous every year. Used to be knives and catapults. With an escalation of arms here. Well, if you see him first, you tell him he'll do more time than the burglar if he uses it.
And more for shooting a policeman.
Policeman?
You.
Me, right, okay.
Aren't you gonna have a word with him first?
Not at the moment.
Whoa, wait, what's that?
That's, for chronic angina and breathing difficulties.
You are in a state, aren't you?
Yes, job is very aging. It's probably the daily confrontation with the worst elements of society, forever contemplating the scabrous face of evil. I myself know geriatrics who would, 40-year-olds who would pass out for geriatrics. I'm even undergoing counseling.
Really?
Yeah. Still, goes with the territory, I suppose. Good evening, ladies.
Who are you?
This is Chief Inspector...
Valentine.
No.
At your service. Must be the lovely Mrs. Miles.
Yes.
Well, first of all, ma'am, can you, vouch for this fellow here?
Vouch for him?
Yeah. For his character. Says he's a visitor.
Well, he's a visitor, but I certainly can't vouch for his character.
Barbara!
Well, I can. He's my husband, and he's never done a dishonest thing in his life.
Oh, how very rare. I had no idea, we were dealing with the paragon of virtue.
Surely you don't suspect Trevor.
Of course he doesn't. Actually, he thinks it's the Bradford gang.
Bradford gang? Why don't they stay in Bradford?
Because then they wouldn't be known as the Bradford gang. Try not to disturb anything, madame.
Disturb anything? It's been disturbed. I've never even seen this house so disturbed. But I'll tell you one thing. It's not as disturbed as I am.
There could be fingerprints on that bottle.
I don't think there'd be room. Just keep the deal this evening.
I wouldn't mind, officer, but we've been home all weekend. We only slipped out for a couple of hours.
That's all it takes. I know a couple who went abroad for a year. Came back, found the house exactly as they left it. Went out for a pizza, got done.
Well, I suppose it's just your luck.
Maybe, but with the Bradford gang, luck's got nothing to do with it. Would have had this house under observation.
You mean this weekend?
That gives me a cold feeling.
Don't be alarmed, madam. I said it could be the Bradford gang. Can't commit myself to one line of inquiry just yet. I have to use my powers of observation dispassionately. It's amazing what secrets the scene of the crime can reveal to the practiced observer. The faint aroma of cheap aftershave pervades the room. Patchouli oil. Indolent of their
That's me!
Is it? So it is. I shall, of course, require a complete list of all the items stolen, sir.
What's the point? We won't get them back.
Don't be so sure. As awesome as these criminals might be, eventually they'll have to slip up.
Well, there was a large footprint in the flower bed.
Was there?
Yes.
Well observed, sir. I'll have a cast of that. Large, you say?
Yes.
Could be the Bradford gang. They are known for their large feet. They're also known to move with astonishing rapidity and grace. Anything else?
They've got the telephone wires.
Yeah, that sounds like
And they've immobilized the cars.
Oh no.
that was to prevent you from raising hue and cry. And they leave nothing up to chance. Well, I think we're building up a profile here. Candy, anybody? Yeah, come on. Let them also revitalize me in a moment like this. Full of energy, and they help with my breathing.
Do you think you'll catch them, Inspector?
I hope so. It'll be the pinnacle of my career. But I can't get ahead of myself. Gotta assemble the facts with geometric precision. Geometric precision is I can lead to a conclusion that's absolute crap. It happens to Sherlock Holmes. He just put on his funny hat and his pipe and go, oh, by staring at this man, I could tell that he's recently returned from India, is partial to snuff, and rides bareback. And it turns out he's wearing some other idiot's clothes.
Who the hell is this?
This, John,
This is a gun. Chief Inspector Gundon. Why don't you go ahead and put that away, sir? It's a confined space. Don't have any accidents. I'll see the license for it later. You see any sign of them out there, sir?
No.
It's too bad. There'd be two alternatives in my mind. Either they've head across the moors or they're going for the motorway.
Aren't you going after them?
No. There could, of course, be a third alternative.
And what's that?
You ever see the movie Jaws, sir?
Jaws.
Me neither, but I saw the trailer. Here's that. And there they are, standing on the boat, eyes peeled at the great blue sea, searching for the monster. What should happen? Right behind the boat, where the children are playing. There's Dr. Goblin!
What are you suggesting?
You search the house, sir?
Yes.
The attic and the cellar? Nope. Well, then I suggest you start. As for me, I will thoroughly search the other.
Suppose we find someone.
Then I empower you to make a citizen's arrest.
That's funny.
What?
His car wasn't parked out front.
Probably hid it so as not to alarm the burglars.
What's the point? He's alarmed everyone else.
What's the matter with his neck?
Oh, well, he was kicked in the balls by an animal. Thing was, he also seemed to have trouble remembering his name. I could have sworn he said Valentine, and then Gundon, and then Gadget? Inspector Gadget?
And how did you know about the robbery?
Oh, well, apparently the alarm call was put through by the Coopers.
Oh, it doesn't make any sense. I was just down there. They're not home. They couldn't have heard it.
No, they couldn't have heard it because I didn't set it.
Thought you didn't remember.
Well, now I remember.
Do you see this? This is the... He's the one! He's the freaking one! He's the freaking one! Come on, Trevor!
Jenny, you better grab something to defend yourself with.
We caught him.
Oh, good.
He was hiding in the summer house. We heard him wheezing.
Yeah, I must say he's terribly out of shape for a burglar. I would have thought he'd have chosen something more sedentary.
No! Get him! You'll regret this! Freedom! Oh, no! 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 Let me go! I got him! Let me out! I got him! He's going to go!
chair! It's on wheels! I don't know what you meant by chair!
Settle it down!
Get up. You don't regret this.
Who are you?
I already told you, Chief Inspector Doom.
Why were you hiding in the summer house?
I wasn't hiding, I was looking for clues.
Under 4 deck chairs and a sun lounger?
If that's what clues are, then that's where you'll find me. Just jump up and bite you in the ass, so you have to look for them. That's what police work is all about. The back-breaking routine, the grinding.
Oh, don't start that again!
Why did you come here?
In answer to your alarm call.
But I didn't set it, I forgot.
How can you remember if you forgot?
Trevor, what made you think this man? Policeman?
Well, he showed me his warrant card that had his picture on it.
Jenny, search his pockets.
Yes, Jenny, search my pockets.
Hey, you give it to her.
Give it to the lady.
No, pick it up.
No, pick it up.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Now hand it to her. Say thank you, Jenny.
You recognize this picture.
Well, I didn't get a very good look at it, but it seemed familiar.
Should. It's you.
What?
It's your office security card, and these are your credit cards.
My God!
Maybe now you'll give us your real name.
Give me like 5. How many do you want?
How many names have you got?
Usually say the first thing that comes into my head. I introduce myself as they hell found the other day. Do I look like a de hell found?
No. You look like exactly what you are. One of those guys from Home Alone 1 or 2. Not 3 or 4, those are poorly made films.
Yeah. But 2 minutes ago, he was ready to believe I was a policeman.
Well, you were very convincing. Do you always say you're a policeman?
No, again, first thing that comes into my head. Like, last week I was lifted this emerald ring from a jewelry store and I made it right across the street until they stopped me. Was I disheartened? No. I told them that I wanted to see what it looked like in the light.
On the other side of the street.
Still, it was better there.
And they believed you.
I could be very convincing.
Well, you're not going to talk your way out of this. And I wouldn't try anything. The gun's loaded.
Oh, yes, I knew we'd come back to that, sir. Why don't you just put it away? I mean, it stifles conversation. And besides which, it doesn't do you any good. I mean, look at me. I'm a sick man. Even if I could escape, which I couldn't, I'd never make it over the hills, but it wouldn't matter because I couldn't escape in the first place. I mean, it's always for you. You have big lungs, I have small lungs. I was raised on the flats. That's my problem. I'm a urban figure in a rural landscape. What chance have I got, please?
Well, you're very articulate for a burglar.
Yeah, I spend a lot of my days in public libraries.
And most of your nights in private frigging houses.
Look, sir, any attack? Could be fatal.
So you're a sick man, but how do we know your men still aren't out there?
You have the noble brotherhood confused if you think that my men are still out there. They'll be long gone by now.
Yeah, and with my property.
Our property.
It's our property, and I want it back.
What do you want me to do about it? I'm not gonna see them again. I'm gonna take out an advert in Burglars Weekly. I'll be in prison.
Yeah, but you must know who they are.
No, I know very little about them. Only that they're deeply proud men, deeply ashamed of what they're doing. Forced into it. Victims of the recession.
And what's your excuse?
It's a sad tale. Oh, I'm gonna stop trying. They told me I was being born into a world of hope and leisure. Political promises, you see. What I didn't know is they meant unemployment.
You think that's a sufficient excuse? I can put a bullet into you right now.
Sir, please don't. You won't get any aggravation from me. It's not my style. Ask anyone. When apprehended, Greasy Spigs attempts to offer no resistance and submits himself to the... I don't know, it's on file.
So that's your real name, Greasy Spriggs!
Want to bet?
Why, Greasy?
It's a funny story, actually. There's a story that the owner of our house caught me and trapped me in his garage, so I stripped down and covered myself in motor grade and slipped out the cat flap.
I don't believe you.
It was a big cat. It was more like a bear flap, but it was...
I think it's got more to do with your slippery nature, Spriggs. And you know what I do to guys like you?
No.
For the first offense, shoot you in the right hand. Right in the knuckles. For the second offense, I'll shoot you in the left. And if that doesn't cure you,
I don't want to know what you'd shoot me in the next.
think you would agree to reduce crime?
Certainly reduce the need for rubber gloves. It's just... It's the crime in this country. It's bound to cause resentment. See that one half is robbing the other half, well that half robs that half, well that half's robbing that half. My solution is that the first half robs on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the other half on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And we don't take Saturday off to enjoy our possessions.
Are you mocking me?
Ooh, make it a point to never mock a man holding a gun.
John? John? Calm down. It's not worth it. Besides, you can make everything back on insurance. Can't he?
Yes, and more, actually. Do you know that the coverage on stolen property actually exceeds the original amount by almost 50%? There's a killing to be made, sir. Get in there. It's your birthday. If you don't
get it? These are my things, and I want them back.
Okay.
There are things.
Our things. What?
But do you actually believe that we own anything? Aborigines don't.
What does this have to do with the Aborigines?
Okay. They believe that the whole idea of ownership is laughable, and that property is theft.
Well, yours certainly is.
No, I mean that you can't take it with you. So what's the point?
My husband can't take it with him. He's not going.
I don't want to take it with me, Barb. I just want it while I'm here.
Well, why? In 100 years' time, total strangers will be handling your stuff.
They're handling it now. Trevor, go and get a rope from the garage.
Oh God.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna tie him up.
Oh, okay.
Look, sir, do you have to do this? It's just soft, supple skin, and I can't bear to be restrained. What if I have to reach for my candies or my puffer? It's just, look, I was just trying to make a point. It's just that voices yet unknown in 100 years' time will echo from that hallway. Children yet unborn will play in the pool. I mean, total strangers will own your stuff.
Well, if they do, Spriggs, they will have bloody well paid for it. I don't care if he ties you up like a chicken.
You're having a gentle sex.
My wife was relieved of a brooch last year worth about $15,000, so would you expect any sympathy from her?
Okay.
Climb up as tight as you can.
Well, you should be able to breathe.
No, that's not essential.
Oh God.
Barbara, get back to preparing those lists.
Wouldn't it be easier if he did
Barbara,
it?
please.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Go and check the Coopers again. Jenny, give her a hand. Yeah, you can't move. You know how to use this?
Sure, I saw it on TV once.
Deal with you later, Spriggs.
Oh, I thought that sounded rather ominous, didn't you?
Yes.
Of course, I'm used to being threatened. But I think the real question at this point is, would he use that gun?
Well, surely the big question at the moment is, would I use it?
Yeah, I know the answer to that, you wouldn't, but would he?
He will if you make him angry.
I'll try to avoid that in the future.
See, that's the thing with John. He has this temper. He never thinks of the consequences. He's always gone through his entire life without ever reading the small print.
And you do?
Well, I've always been more cautious.
Still? Doesn't seem to have done much harm.
I know, and the strange thing is, he was such a failure at school.
Oh. So you knew him at school then?
Well, I was head boy, and he was bullied.
They bullied him?
Well, he was smaller then.
Yeah, he must have been.
We never thought he'd become such a big success.
Huh. What did you become?
I'm sort of a minor civil servant.
Right. What does he do?
Well, you see, he's the managing director of this large international conglomerate. He started there from school, they expanded, and he's never looked back.
So you could say he was in the right place at the right time?
Well, you could say that, but he earned it. I'm proud of him.
You're proud of him?
Yes.
You bloody hate the bastard!
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. Why should I?
Because at school, you were a success and he was a loser, but now the situation's reversed and there's no such thing as a good loser.
I'm used to losing.
Doesn't mean you have to like it. You tell me this. If John Boy there had a heart attack in the next couple of minutes, which I gotta say isn't probably all that far-fetched, what would be your first thought?
I'd be sorry.
You'd be bloody delighted.
That's where you're wrong. See, I'm not jealous of John's success because money's never changed John. He's always kept in touch. He's always preferred my company to that of his fancy friends. He's totally unspoiled.
Others might say he's a rich bastard who keeps you around so he can flaunt it.
No.
You are a yardstick, sir, so we can measure how far he's come.
On the contrary. We do all sorts of things together. We swim, we play tennis.
Yeah, seen you play tennis.
You've watched us.
This afternoon in the lane, I was the old lady.
That was you?
Mm-hmm. I enjoy a good sporting contest every now and then. Mind you, it wasn't very sporting, and it wasn't much of a contest. Do you always lose?
He's a good player. What do you mean not very sporting?
Oh, he cheats.
No.
Yeah, he cheats on the line calls.
No, he doesn't.
And he gloats.
He's never gloated.
Oh, when your back's turned, he positively gloats. What do you also play on that one end?
It's a friendly. We don't bother to change ends.
There's nothing friendly about it. There's a giant tree on your end. You'd have to be a freaking monkey to get half those shots.
It's not important. It's only a game.
Yeah, but if he cheats at one thing, he's gonna cheat at another.
What do you mean?
Look at this place. Nobody makes all this money without somebody getting robbed.
Ah, you see, you're wrong. He had a share option.
I don't know what that is.
Well, the company 3 years ago, he gave him the option to buy shares. The profits went up. He didn't have to find the money, and he could just take it.
Well, what if the profits had gone down?
Then he wouldn't have had to buy it. It was an option.
Is that legal?
Yes.
And how much did he make?
About $3 million.
And you're sure that's legal?
The company didn't want to lose him, Spriggs. They're called golden handcuffs.
Yeah, I know all about handcuffs, but never come across that variety. So he stole $3 million.
No, he didn't steal. The profits simply went up. Nobody got robbed.
Why do you think profits went up?
I don't know.
Because the workforce was cut in half, and the rest of the production put up to subcontracting. So someone got robbed, didn't they?
Who?
Guys got laid off.
How do you know all this?
Come on, $3 million. I know. Makes you wonder what's in that safe.
How did you know about the safe?
I know.
And why didn't you open it?
What do I look like? Danny Ocean? That serves the Webley 1400. The sight of one is enough to make me cry.
Well, couldn't you have blown it with gelignite?
Not my scene, Trevor. Too volatile for the uninitiated. I have a friend who tried to blow a Webley 1400. When the smoke cleared, the safe was fine, but he was standing there stark naked with his dick in his hand. Now, you need to know the code. 6 digits. Something personal to the owner so he wouldn't forget.
Well, I suppose that's important.
Yeah, you bet it is. I have another friend who owned a Webley 1400. Except he forgot the freaking combination. It's driving him nuts. He knows it's a important date or something, but he has no idea what it is.
Well, Couldn't he have phoned, like, the manufacturer or a locksmith?
Yes, but the contents would take some explaining.
Oh, I see.
It's taken him 12 years and he's made it up to the Normandy landings, but he just has no idea. Look, Trevor, don't you ever tire of being poor?
I'm not poor. So you need to know the combination.
Right. Something personal.
Like his birth date?
Nope, try that one.
You know his birth date.
Yeah, I saw his birth certificate. Do you know he's a bastard?
What?
Mind you, I don't think I needed to see his birth certificate to tell me that. Anyways, I'd almost given up until I saw the cards.
What cards?
Wedding anniversary cards.
Well, I don't think he'd want to remember that.
Yeah, but how could he forget? I know I didn't. So I started to try a couple combinations, and that's how I got caught. Was the anniversary today?
Yes.
How long have they been married?
20 years now.
20. I'll get that for killing somebody. Okay, so that would make it 88. It's the 25th of October, so 2510888. I wonder if that's a combination.
Well, it's too late to find out now, isn't it?
Is it? Are you an honest man, Trevor?
I don't know.
None of us know until we're tested. Be honest with me. Is it the fear of being caught? Or the fear you might actually get away with it?
I don't even know if there's any money in there.
Nobody has a Webley 1400 to keep their pants in. My sources tell me there could be adjacent to $300,000 in there.
What?
Say you left him room for a couple of minutes and he came back, it was gone.
No, you're crazy.
Crazy like a fox. That money is ill-gotten, meaning it won't be reported. It'll be gone, and I'll be gone. I'll be suspected, not you.
No, I could not do this to John.
He'd do it to you. 2510888.
No.
He'd do it to you and worse. 2510888.
Barbara says she needs a strong man. They've jammed the drawers in the tall boy.
It's okay. Do you know how to use one of these?
I can squeeze a trigger just as well as you.
Oh my God! Happened to the gentler sex. I thought you'd be more understanding, more compassionate.
Don't depend on it.
Don't you believe in forgiveness?
What?
Look, I know it's an old-fashioned word, but don't you believe in giving someone a second chance? A last chance. I can't go to prison. Not again. What's the point? I'd only come out worse than when I went in.
I find that hard to believe.
Whereas if you were to let me go, I promise I'd never reoffend. I swear it. I swear it on the head of my dying mother.
Dying mother?
Yeah, it's a lingering illness. She doesn't know it yet. But tonight will probably be a shock.
Spare me the details.
No, you wouldn't want to hear, would you? They'll all be sitting there tonight, around the dinner table, staring at my empty chair. My poor mother, my anxious wife, my daughter, pregnant at 15. My youngest, can't even tie his shoes.
You seem very unfortunate in your choice of relatives.
Perhaps you'd like to make that call. Telling him Daddy's gonna be late. 5 years late. The rest of his life late.
Well, I would, but you've cut the telephone wires.
Like, why should you give me a second chance? Nobody ever does. If they had, maybe things would have turned out differently. Look, Jenny, you tell me this. Can you put your hand in your heart and honestly tell me that you've never done anything dishonest in your entire life?
I most certainly...
So you've just thought of something.
It's not important.
It's not important, then why can't you tell me?
It was a long time ago.
No statute on limitation for crime.
It wasn't a crime. It was when I was a student. It was silly, really.
Go on.
There was this bookstall on the market. It was kept by a one-eyed man. He wore a patch.
Pirate story. I like this. Keep going.
He had boxes of books, some at $5, some at $20. The one I wanted was the Oxford Book of English Verse. It was in the $20 box. You with me?
With you. I'm ahead of you. Keep going.
I was a poor student, and every Saturday I haggled with him over the price, but he wouldn't reduce it.
So?
So, one lunch hour, he went to the bar and he left the stall in the charge of a small boy with glasses.
Small boy with glasses. Clearly eyesight was a premium at this place.
While he was gone, I took the book from the $20 box and put it in the $5 box and asked the boy in glasses how much it cost.
To which in response he said $5.
Yes, it was an impulse.
Well, wouldn't you know it? That was carried out with all the cunningness of an international fraud. And by getting Goggles to name the price, you saved yourself from any chance of retribution.
It was quite trivial.
There's nothing trivial about it. What do you suppose happened when the one-eyed old guy came back from the pub, saw the book was missing, checked his float, and saw that it had not paid for? I'll tell you what, a clip around the ears and an early dismissal for 4 eyes.
I don't suppose you even noticed.
Oh no? Did you ever go back to that store?
No.
Do you ever quote from the Oxford Book of English Verse without thinking? The poor boy in glasses.
No.
Do you know what it is like to be wrongfully accused and sent on a downward spiral? Well, I do. I was that boy with glasses.
There's nothing I can do about it now.
Yes, there is. You can right a wrong. You can let me go.
If I let you go, will you promise never to come back?
I swear.
And you'll never do this sort of thing again.
Oh, God bless you.
Wait. Take this.
What is it?
It's a gift.
Okay.
What are you waiting for?
Those things up there. Diving and squeaking. Those bats?
Yes, they're catching insects.
Alright. They get into people's hair, don't they?
No, that's just an old wives' tale.
But they are blind?
Yes, that's why they make those little squeaking noises.
Well, I'll make little squeaky noises if they get in my hair.
I mean, they have their own radar.
Instead of phantom jets, but they still crash. Suppose I meet one who's got a mouthful of flies. God, I hate the countryside. No offense.
Where are you going?
I think I will leave by the front.
Jenny, Trevor says you can use toolkit from the car. It's so kind. What are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
The ropes were hurting him.
Be careful with this one, Jenny. He's as slippery as an eel. Go on, I'll take care of him.
No. She wasn't even allowed to drive the car, okay? And just throwing this out there, but if a car is a loaded gun in the hands of a drunk, then what's a loaded gun in the hands of a drunk?
Okay, go on. I'll take care of him.
Jenny, Jenny. Okay. We should stop waving that thing about. What does he need a gun for anyways?
He uses it to shoot rabbits. It helps him relax.
Okay. But that's what I'm worried about, okay? I'm not a rabbit. And I don't like the way the vein in this temple is throbbing. And we keep saying frigging all the time.
Prefer to use something stronger?
No. I'm all for verbal restraint. In my mind, bad language is only one step down from physical violence.
Well, if you don't like violence, you better consider.
You hate me, don't you? Is it because you were mugged?
What do you think?
Were you hurt?
No. It was in an underground car park. Came out of the shadows, snatched my bag, my earrings, and then my necklace.
And your brooch.
Yeah. And then he left without a word. God, I felt like a soldier who had been stripped of his rank on the parade ground or something.
Did they ever catch you?
No. He wore a balaclava helmet.
Right, so you couldn't identify him.
No, but for a moment I thought he might have been my husband, trying to get some of his money back. He was about the right height.
Does he object to you spending money?
Don't all husbands?
I understand it's a number one source of tension between couples.
He says I'm the black hole in our personal finances. He hadn't even asked me if I'd been hurt, just what was taken.
And a diamond and sapphire brooch worth 15 grand is what was taken.
Yes.
Still, suppose it was insured.
Yeah, but it's not the same. You know, he got it for me for my birthday.
Oh, so he can be generous.
Yes, but not as generous as he once was. God, here it checks out as if it's a death warrant or something. That sound as he rips the perforation, it's just...
Well, yeah. Look.
Okay.
Okay. You just hear me out here, okay? I mean, I'm a victim here too. I can relate. I was a latchkey child. You see, I was on the outside of the door, hearing the laughter, looking through the little keyhole, and seeing the light. It's just this aching loneliness that I think makes me want to share for a small moment, a small piece of other people's lives, and just feel like I'm part
I
of it.
don't mind sharing it with you, Spriggs. I just don't want you taking it away with you.
Right. Well, I suppose that's envy.
So it's this aching loneliness that makes you burst into people's houses?
Maybe. But I don't burst in, all right? I enter with privilege and an honor. And let me say, it's been a privilege and an honor to do this place.
Really?
Yeah. Everything's assembled with such style and color. I really must compliment you on your skill.
Well, how do you know it's my skill?
It's usually the woman. Besides, you're clearly more mature than he is. It's probably because you're older.
What? How did you know that?
What? I did, but you don't look it, and so you don't have to squeeze that trigger.
No.
I saw your birth certificate.
What?
Yes, I hope you don't mind. In the secret drawer in your desk.
And when you looked in that drawer, did you find anything else?
Yeah, I did, as a matter of fact. And I guess since it can't be claimed for insurance a second time, I might as well return it. One diamond and sapphire brooch, lost and now found.
Thank you. Well, suppose I were to let you go.
I thought you might.
You better go through the garden.
Okay. You're gonna shoot me, are you? So by accident?
I'm not drunk.
Right.
Come on, hurry.
It's not nearly as drunk as you guys believe. One more thing. How can you be sure you didn't set the alarm?
Because I remembered not doing it.
Okay. But if you remember not doing it, then that means it wasn't an absent-mindedness, which means that you would have meant to do it. Well, that doesn't make sense. Does it? Or does it?
Goodbye, Spriggs.
Okay, goodbye.
Barbara, he's getting away!
Woo!
Does it hurt?
Of course it bloody hurts!
Can I look?
Are you a doctor?
No.
Then keep away.
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, help me to an early grave.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. It's a bit late for sorry, isn't it?
I feel dreadful.
You feel dreadful. As soon as I saw that gun, I knew it was going to be used. Now look at me. I happen to believe what a noble work of art mankind is. Now I happen to have one more hole than nature intended.
I said I was sorry.
You can't say enough as far as I'm concerned.
Look, I'll take full responsibility.
Good. There's a 3-year prison sentence in this for someone, plus damages.
What?
What a freaking rabbit, John. I have rights.
You're trying to escape.
Can you blame me?
Let me take your jacket off.
Don't touch me. It may not be much, but I never shot anybody.
What do you expect? You break into my house at the dead of the night.
What do I expect? What do I expect? I expect some moral leadership. Gunned down in the freaking doorway.
No one asked you to come here.
Yeah, well, I'll wait for an invitation next time in gold lettering.
Well, it does prove one thing. I couldn't kill anyone.
We've made a bloody good stab at it. I'm dying.
I only meant to frighten you.
One at a time here.
I only meant to frighten you.
And then you succeeded beyond your wildest dreams.
What worries me is that I can't see any blood.
Because I'm anemic.
I thought you had high blood pressure.
I have. Any idea what strain that puts on the system? High blood pressure? And no blood?
My worries that he's bleeding internally.
Am I? Mine too.
Can we get you something to drink?
That would be fatal with a stomach wound.
No, I'll take a sip. My mouth's dry.
For all that talking.
I'll get some more.
No. Vintage port, if you please. If I'll go in style.
John, you should probably call for an ambulance.
The line's cut.
Well, perhaps we can fix it.
Well, where's it been cut?
By the pool, I think. I don't know. I didn't do it. I'm scared of heights.
We'll go take a look. Barbara, she got some sleep. You look awful.
Did you hear him? She looks awful. I'm the one who's dying here.
Well, I must say, you're very lively for someone who's dying.
Yeah, well, I'm functioning entirely on adrenaline right now.
You really should let me take a look.
No, it's too late now. Give me a cigarette, would you?
There used to be a silver cigarette box on the coffee table.
Oh, did there? I wonder where it went.
I think there's some in the study. I'll just be a minute.
Take your time. Thanks, I don't smoke.
Glad to see you haven't lost your sense of humor.
Yep. Well, if I'll go with a merry smile on my face.
My God,
What is it?
you're bleeding.
Am I? Oh dear.
Let me look.
You ready for this? You wouldn't have made a very good nurse, I can see that now.
Very pale.
I'm very pale.
It's port.
What?
It isn't blood, it's port. You haven't been shot. You've just been pretending.
Where are you going?
I'm going to tell them.
No, you're not.
And why not?
Because of this.
I'm walking.
Yes, your locket. You couldn't have worn it tonight, could you have? Not on their anniversary.
Give it to me.
He gave it to you, didn't he?
What do you mean?
I mean that a locket generally has two pictures. One of the owner and one of the beloved. And so is this. But the beloved ain't Trevor.
What do you want?
Get out of here. That's all. And this little mishap is yours.
Trevor's not getting a ladder. What's the matter?
He's bleeding.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
No, not on the carpet. What? Here, you get him into the kitchen, there's tiled floors in there.
Oh, charming. Take your time. I want to have a word with Mr. Miles here.
Still talking, Spriggs? Should have thought you wanted to save your breath.
It's just... I wanted to say,
Yes?
if I were to die, it's not gonna look very good for you, is it?
You gotta imagine.
You don't really care what happens to your wife, do you, Mr. Miles?
Why do you say that?
Shooting someone with an unlicensed gun.
What makes you think it's unlicensed?
Guns at that age usually are. But after all, the head of a major conglomerate in a shooting incident doesn't exactly inspire business trust. Get my drift?
Yes.
Good. Now, the most important thing for me now is to distance myself from this house as much as possible.
How do you plan on doing that? You're injured.
I'll manage, right?
They're still out there, aren't they?
Maybe, but not for long. They're city dwellers. The countryside makes them nervous. It's all those eyes.
What eyes?
Those eyes every time you flash a freaking flashlight in the bush.
Deer?
Deer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. They're intimidating. Our eyes light up like that.
I don't know.
Damn good thing too. Floodlit football out of the question. Imagine 5,000 eyes lighting up in the main stand. It's freaky.
No one asked you to come here.
Yeah, well, if you just give me the key, I would make myself scarce.
It's on the mantelpiece. What? Did you say you could take it? Just thinking.
Don't think too long. What are you thinking?
Thinking, why is it that you're holding your side when the bullet's lodged up there in the plaster? By the window?
Ricochet.
Off the pillow. It bounced off you. It bounced off you. What are you made? Were you made of? Something hard?
Okay, yeah, I got it. Can't blame me for trying.
Don't try and bluff a bluffer, Spriggs. I've had men like you for breakfast. Weird. Alright. Well, you're not going to get away from this one. I'm going to lock you in the cellar.
No,
Yeah?
no, sir, no, please. Can't we get your hands off me? Can we be civilized about this?
But you're not civilized, are you?
I'm kind, sort of. Honor, I have, virtue. I wouldn't rob a church. Yeah, Lutheran. I go as much as I should. I'm in dispute over a few more
Yeah, and you're a
priests.
freaking thief.
Nobody's perfect.
Thou shalt not steal.
Only 1 out of 10, okay? I haven't. Thou shall not. I haven't. So there's 2. I haven't coveted my neighbor's ass. Or his ox. Or his wife.
Perhaps you should be grateful.
Yeah, there's lots to be grateful for. Like that little share option thing. It's a nice little earner there, wasn't it?
Yes.
All perfectly legal.
Yes, and that's the difference between me and you.
No, actually, the only difference, Mr. Miles, is that you can rob someone without, thinking of putting a mask on.
No, that money was earned.
Yeah, earned by the sods you laid off.
Well, don't tell me you're a philosopher as well as an economist. That money was simply subcontracted. There was still employment.
Oh, subcontracted. Do me a favor. You mean some family in northern Detroit with Granny in the outhouse turning out washers? What I'm saying is, because the unemployed earn this money, and because I'm unemployed, I'm completely entitled.
What?
Talking about a redistribution of wealth here.
So you're not a thief then? You're Robin Hood.
No, do not give it to the poor. Just trying to point out the ephemeral quality of money. One day you've got it, next day it's gone.
Whatever. Society has their laws, and I abide by them.
Are you sure?
What do you mean?
What's in the safe?
It's safe. It's a bookcase.
There's books on the floor because it keeps being moved because there's a safe behind it.
How did you know about that?
I know. Talk is there's over 300,000 in there.
Talk? What talk?
Amongst the denizens of the underworld.
Are you being watched?
Of course they're being watched. You're all being watched. It's a good thing our eyes don't light up. Turn on the porch light at night. There'd be a lot of eyes. Sir, I was just trying to make a point. I won't tell anyone. I won't ever tell Trevor you're hacking off with his wife. What? Ooh, chair. What did you say? Like, I said you were being watched. I didn't see you being judged. Understandable. A man of your stature and wealth and rugged good looks. Married to an older woman? Come on. I don't blame
If
you.
you so much as say any of this to anyone, not only will I deny it, but I will make sure that you... You mean older? My wife's not older than me.
Okay. Some people wouldn't think 5 years is a lot.
5 years? She's a year younger than I am.
Is she?
Yes.
Not what a birth certificate says.
You've seen her birth certificate?
Yeah, in the secret drawer in your desk.
What secret drawer?
Seems I've let the cat out of the bag. I hate to destroy any illusions. It's just when I compared it to yours.
Compared it to mine?
Your birth certificate. By the way, sorry about your unfortunate start in life. There's no shame in that.
You've been going through our personal papers.
Yeah. Not to satisfy any vulgar curiosity, I assure you. And I mean, I could have been mistaken. I mean, she's a fine-looking lady. Nobody looks their best at this time of night.
5 years?
Yeah. Like I said, could have been mistaken, but it wasn't black and white. Can't speak, can't lie.
Okay, so I couldn't repair the wires, but I figured if we put them on a motor mower, we could trundle them down to the village.
We can... 5 years, Trevor.
What?
5 freaking years!
No, 3.
What?
Well, that's what he said, 3, but mind you, no court would ever convict you. I review.
Look,
Now,
Trevor, it doesn't matter. He hasn't been shot. The bullet's up there in the plaster.
he said,
Yeah, I know what he said, but he's a liar. So don't believe anything he says.
fine, I won't.
That's right, Trevor. Believe him, just like you believe his line calls.
What?
He's watched us play tennis.
And?
He says you cheat.
Cheat?
He says you call the ball out when it's in.
What do you think?
Well, I don't think you cheat.
I think not.
But you do call the ball out when it's in.
What?
You see, when I play, I hit the ball with a lot of swerve. Starts out, but at the last moment it goes in.
No, you hit the ball with a lot of swerve, and it's going out, and then at the last minute it stays out.
Whatever you say.
No, not whatever I say. I call it as I see it.
Well, perhaps you don't see it very well.
Why are we arguing? We've never got in for sportsmanship before.
Then why does he always play on that one end?
Yes, why do I have to play under the end of the tree?
What tree?
What tree? Come here. A huge freaking chestnut at the end of the court? A huge honking thing? You can't miss it.
Okay, look, Trevor, I'll point you I wasn't even aware there was a tree.
Yeah? Then what about the tree shot?
What tree shot?
You know, the one where you lob the ball into the branches and I disappear for 5 minutes? You won't find that shot in any textbook.
Look, Trevor, I said I would play. I said I would play under the tree. Not that it would make any difference. You never win.
I won at school.
Well, that was a long time ago. Things were different then.
Yeah, we had umpires.
Trevor, I don't have to cheat. You're a loser. You always have been. You play under the tree because it gives you an excuse to lose.
Does it?
Look, it's just a game. It's not life, Trevor. It's just tennis.
Not life? Yeah, well, in life you play on an unmarked court. The bounce is uneven. Everybody cheats. And there's no bloody umpire. That's life.
Look, I didn't know you felt this way. I thought you enjoyed our games. I don't know what's happening. It's him, isn't it? It's that little hat, little... Where is he?
He's gone.
Not gonna get far.
What are you going to do to him?
Oh, I'm gonna kill him.
What's going on?
John's chasing Spriggs around with a gun.
My God, he'll kill him.
That does seem to be the general idea.
Where's Spriggs?
He's gone. He's gone.
Oh, well, where did he go?
Oh, he's outside in the garden. The bullet's up there in the plaster. He wasn't really shot.
Oh, okay, for a second I thought I might have killed him. Well, aren't you gonna help John?
No.
What happened?
We had an argument.
Oh, about what?
Tennis.
Oh, that's all?
Well, it went much deeper than that.
How much deeper?
I called him a cheat, and he called me a loser.
Well, it doesn't sound like much of an argument to me. I mean, I wouldn't quarrel with either of those statements.
What?
Well, you know, John doesn't mean to cheat. He just likes to win. In fact, I think he likes to win more than he likes to play. He'd be perfectly happy if you called your game in, just as long as you won. He wouldn't even partner me in doubles anymore. He says I don't stand properly or something. He says that I should stand with my legs flexed, pantherish, ready to strike. Quite sure what that means. He says I stand as if I'm waiting for a bus or something. And since I've never really done that, I'm not quite sure what that means either.
Barbara, is that what John really thinks of me?
You know, Trevor, it's really hard to know what John thinks of anyone. Because you have to read a great deal into his expression, which is unfortunate, considering his face is almost always totally blank. But I do know he has mixed feelings about you.
Mixed feelings? Barbara, I was his best friend. We went to school together.
I know, you bullied him, didn't you?
No. I was head boy. I looked after him.
Is that why you put his hand in a desk and sat on the lid?
Is that what he told you? That never happened.
Well,
Ever.
It would explain his fat hand.
I have no recollection of this event.
You seem to have total amnesia when your school days are concerned there, Trevor. Do you remember breaking his arm?
It was an accident. We were wrestling.
Yeah, and he spent the whole summer with his arm in a plaster cast, while yours was around Jenny's waist, where his should have been.
She doesn't even remember him from those days, Barbara.
Not at all?
Well, she sort of remembers a plaster cast waving around in the background. That's about it.
What a fickle thing memory is. You know, he remembers her. Her blonde ponytail, her long brown legs. Mind you, he has seen a lot of those legs lately, bending low over the net, pantherish, ready to strike, with an abundance of lacy thongs.
I haven't noticed.
You know, it's affecting his service. His double faults have increased alarmingly.
Barbara, if John has these mixed feelings, why does he ask us up here?
Can't you guess? Why did you do that?
Because I felt like it.
Trevor, you've never ever felt like that before. I always thought of you as a man who wouldn't take yes for an answer.
Is that a yes?
No.
Why not?
Well, I still love John. Just don't tell anybody.
And I thought it was just the money.
No, that's just a delightful coincidence.
Barbara.
And I'll tell you something else that may surprise you. I'm a little bit older than you.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Jenny said you were probably older.
Did she? Well, suppose I said I was considerably older. Suppose I said 3 years?
Well, actually, me and Jenny, we guessed about 5.
5? Oh my God, I don't like it, do I?
No, but it doesn't matter. I like older women.
Probably because they can't run as fast.
It's all that knowledge, all that
Does
experience.
this have something to do with your mother?
No, you're nothing like my mother.
Well, I'm certainly like someone's mother. You know, probably John's. He doesn't even have one gray hair, one wrinkle. I think he's getting younger. Now he's starting to look at me broodingly. You know, it's the first sign when your husband begins to look at you broodingly
Son of what?
that you're on the way out.
Is John the sort of man who can't take yes for an answer?
No, he's forgotten the question. Whoa, that's him. He's shooting at Spriggs.
Sure sounds like he's trying to make sure of him.
Well, one thing you can say about John, he is thorough.
Sanctuary! See what church around here?
Why?
Did you just hear me? I'm thinking of calling for sanctuary.
That's what 5 minutes back.
Screw it. I'll never make it. My blood pressure is sky high. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
It's your own fault. You keep running about.
Of course I'm running about. He's trying to kill me.
Well, that's the trouble. You're bringing up his hunting instincts.
Yeah, well, I'll stand perfectly still here. He asked me, he loves that gun. Way too much. Some sort of phallic symbol.
Well, at least we have something. At least we have a symbol.
Come out from behind my wife.
No. And get shot? I'm safer here.
I wouldn't be too sure.
John, just look at him. He's not going to try and run away. He's worn out.
Look, sure. I couldn't escape even if I wanted to.
You're not going to escape. Because we're going to lock you in the cellar.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Well, aren't you forgetting something? Aren't you forgetting the rings?
What did she say? Nothing. That didn't sound like nothing.
Well, if he has a weak heart.
He doesn't have a weak
But
heart.
if he has,
Leave the lights on.
that doesn't seem to make much of a difference. They're getting bolder.
What? No, she didn't say rats. I'm not. Please. I hate rats. Don't. I don't
John, I think we found his weakness.
My weakness? Everybody's weakness. I hate them running around with the plank going, I don't like
It doesn't matter. You're going in there.
I have a choice though.
Yeah, what's that?
Wait. What has he got there?
My locket.
Yes, you lock it. Oh God. Hope it's okay. Hope it didn't hurt the hinges. Maybe I should open it just to find out.
It never opened.
Oh, doesn't it? God, that's weird. I thought that was the nature of a locket.
Weren't you gonna lock him in the cellar?
Yes, you're going to stay there, Spriggs, until you tell me where they've taken my property.
Our property.
Wait, listen now. I don't like rats.
It's a shame. We probably could have claimed money for this.
It was Mother's.
Right, I was forgetting.
We could still claim for it.
What?
Well, Barbara says claim for everything. We pay enough insurance.
But we haven't lost it.
But they don't know that. We could claim for some gold cufflinks as well.
I don't have any gold cufflinks.
We wouldn't if they'd been stolen.
I've never had any gold cufflinks.
But they don't know that.
That would be stealing, Jenny.
Does it matter?
Of course it matters.
Trevor, women are getting $20,000 just for having babies. I didn't.
What women?
Army women.
You're not in the army.
A woman got $15,000 just because they wouldn't let her be a motor mechanic.
You don't want to be a motor mechanic.
You can walk down the street, get bonked on the nose, and end up with $1,000.
You haven't been bonked on the nose.
I wish someone would bonk you on the nose.
What are you trying to say?
I just want to know where we went wrong.
We haven't go wrong, but we will go wrong if we make a false claim. I'm surprised at you, Jenny.
Are you, Trevor? My washing machine is 15 years old. Likewise, my fridge. And my oven door is secured by a leather strap. Have you seen their kitchen? And you say we haven't gone wrong.
Things will get better.
Will they?
We have a plan.
Plan? We've had 3-year plans, we've had 5-year plans, we've even had 7-year plans. We've had more plans than Soviet Russia, but things don't seem to get any better. You still creep into the wardrobe and count my shoes. You still turn the car engine off going down the hill, at grave risk to life and limb. You even suggest that we open the curtains and undress by the light of the street lamp until someone whistled from the road and shouted to take them off.
I'm just trying to make economies.
Well, I'm tired of making economies.
Is that what you want the money to do the kitchen?
No, I don't want to do the frigging kitchen.
Friggin'.
I want to go to a beauty clinic. I want liposuction and collagen, and I want to lighten my hair.
Why?
Because, Trevor, I always had more fun blonde.
Two, 7, 1, 0, 8, 8.
Shouldn't you be getting some sleep?
I'm not tired.
Aren't you?
Do I look tired?
Wouldn't know, would I?
What do you mean you wouldn't know? You'd know if I look tired.
Not anymore. You could be looking your age.
My age?
5 years.
What?
5 freaking years, Barbara.
God, I told you.
Yeah, you did. And you also told me about the secret drawer in the desk. He knows more about you than I do, and he's only been here 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, you know what? He finds other people's lives fascinating.
Oh, you must find yours fascinating. What else should I know? How many secrets have you got?
How many have you?
5 years.
It's not important.
No, 6. You couldn't even settle for being my age. You had to be a year younger. How's that for vanity?
Does it really matter?
Of course it matters. It's false pretenses.
Oh, false pretenses. You mean if you bought a new car, you'd expect the mileage to be correct?
Yes.
I begin to feel like more like an old Chevy every day of my life.
5 years.
Does it really matter now?
Of course it matters. You lied to me, Barbara.
You know why I lied to you?
Why?
I was afraid of losing you.
Or were you afraid of losing the money? Because that's when you married me, wasn't it? For the money?
Oh, so you mean there was something else? Hey, you know, I didn't mean that.
It's alright. You won't hurt my feelings. I have a fairly low opinion of women.
No, John, you have a fairly low opinion of yourself. So, there's 5 years between us, but which 5 years?
What do you mean, which 5 years?
Well, I mean, if it was my first 5 years, I did practically nothing but rest all the time. It's hardly out of my pram.
You know which 5 years. The 5 years you have that I don't. The last 5 years.
You were here the whole time.
You know what I mean? You've had 5 years more talking, more eating, more walking.
I don't walk anywhere, you know that.
What about up and down those stairs? Add up how many times you've done that in the last 5 years. Get out to a week's walking.
Well, I must say, that does sound rather tiring.
To mention what you did when you got there.
What do you mean?
I mean in the bedroom. There's been plenty of that during your last 5 years.
Only in comparison with now. And I've given you everything a younger woman could. Even children. I don't think it was easy keeping up with those young mothers who could, like, give birth and then run a mile. I've given you everything, okay? I've graced your table. Don't laugh. Before you met me, you thought a side plate was somewhere to rest your elbow. You wanted polish, sophistication, class, and I gave it to you. I furthered your career. I entertained your friends. It's more than that little slut could have ever done.
Slut.
You know who I'm talking about. So, you're still running after those white ankle socks. And you know what? Trevor's probably got a thing for his infant teacher.
Trevor.
He made a pass.
What?
And do you know why? Because he felt entitled.
Entitled. I don't know what you mean.
Don't you? And you talk about deceit.
No, I'm talking about the fact that you lied to me. It was the act of an aging bimbo.
Aging? Don't say aging, John. And as for bimbo, I'm never really sure what you mean by that.
A woman who bestows sexual gain. Second? A woman who bestows sexual favor for financial gain.
Oh, I thought that was a housewife.
That's what you've always presented as being the housewife. You're jealous of my success.
Our success.
No, my success.
Okay, you know what, John? You've been successful, but you haven't, like, conquered the secret of the universe or something.
You know what you suffer from, don't you? Penis envy.
Penis envy? You mean yours? Describe it to me, John. I haven't seen it for some time. And last I recall, it wasn't too much to look at.
How dare you say that?
How dare you? I don't want a penis. I don't want to shoot sparkling jets over the friggin' hedge. I don't want to write my name in the snow. I want love, John! Where are you going?
Down to the Coopers. Try and get some rest.
They're gone. Better come this way.
Where's Elmer Fudd?
He's going down to the verse. Better get him.
Alright. You want a drink?
No.
Man. Namia Brutari, 1993. Good year.
You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I know. I prefer to be drinking out of a glass too. Nice cut, fine taste for the drink. Perhaps a slice of rich feta. Mind you, that would have been virtual suicide down there in that cellar. That's fucking Of course I should. I deserve it. It took me an hour to get the cork out. If he didn't want me drinking his wine, he wouldn't have locked me in his cellar.
You'd better make your way across the fields. When you get to the lane, you'll find it leads to a bee road.
Across the fields. It's just not gonna be good for my sketchers and this thing's moving around, mooing and grazing.
They're only cows. They won't hurt you.
Yeah, well, with my luck, I'm gonna meet one with anthrax. And there's also the issue of transportation. I'm not gonna make it very far on foot.
What about the gang? Haven't you arranged a rendezvous?
Yeah, the gang, okay. If I know them, then they will be driving the wrong way down the highway in a total state of panic right now. Softly will be in charge, and that's just a recipe for disaster.
Softly?
Yeah, it's kind of an oxymoron. It's like how some tall people are named Shorty. There's nothing soft about them. Like this one time, we were, robbing a jewelry store, and without asking me, his boss, he just decides that he will pick up a manhole cover and chuck it through the front window. Everything starts ringing, and then if that's not enough, he takes a step back and falls down the manhole he just opened.
You better did know.
One last thing. Why are you doing this? Don't tell me it's because of the Oxford Book of English Verse, and it's not because of the locket. So why?
I don't like the idea of you going to prison.
Why not?
You remind me of my father.
Do I? Was he a crook?
No, he's a magistrate.
Okay. Well, I can understand the confusion. Look, if it makes you feel any better, thank you for restoring my faith in the human spirit. And this bottle right here will be the last thing I shall ever steal. And if I do come back here again, it'll be for the maypole dancing. You better ship it on off in case you get cut down here.
Good luck, Spriggs.
Good luck with you. Almost the last thing.
What are you doing?
I thought I heard a sound. The safe was open.
I can see that. Where's the money?
Someone's taken it.
All right, someone has. Where did you put it?
Surely you don't think.
Well, since Spriggs is locked in the cellar, you seem to be the prime suspect, Jenny.
How do we know Spriggs is locked in the cellar? Maybe he's escaped, taken the money and made his way across the field.
No, I don't think so. I think you took it. I gave you a hint and you figured it out. Wouldn't have been hard for someone like you. Where is it?
I don't know.
You were my ideal. I trusted you.
And you were my ideal.
No, I wasn't. You didn't even remember me. You didn't even notice me. You were a snob. The only reason you've changed is because of the money. Now, where is it?
I don't know. You said you loved me.
Yeah, but not $50,000 worth. I was in love with the past. Smell of beauty cream and white ankle socks and ponytails. Now where's the money?
She hasn't got it.
How do you know?
Because I checked.
You checked. Then where is it?
Spriggs must have taken it.
No, I checked the money. I checked it when I got back. Spriggs, it was there. Spriggs hasn't had the opportunity.
When I first met Spriggs, he was alone in the room. He had plenty of time to take it, and the opportunity.
No, I don't think so. I think you two took it, the pair of you. You saw your opportunity, and you took it.
You thought we took it? John, we're your best friends. We went to school together.
Yes, don't I remember? The girl with the turned-up nose and the valedictorian with his perfect marks. And look where it's got you. Pen, pushing, shuffling papers, and shining the seat of your pants. I remember the house with the double frontage. And your mother with the faint odor of fish under her nose every time she met me. And your father who treated me like a frigging barrow boy. Well, what could it do, Trevor? Because it's not where you're from, it's where you're going.
Oh, am I interrupting something?
Yes, John's just accused us of taking his money.
Surely not. Trevor's your oldest friend, and Jenny's the one you ran through the buttercups.
Barbara, if you haven't anything...
But I have! The cellar door downstairs is open. It looks like Spriggs has escaped.
Told you it was Spriggs. He took it. How? He must have made a dash for it.
Dash for? How could he have done that? He's totally out of condition. You'll hurt him losing. How did that bottle get there? Wait. Get out! Briggs? So it was you.
Stop pointing at me.
Where is my money?
I have it.
Got it. Briggs, I'm gonna count to 10, and if you don't tell me where my money is, 1, 2,
John?
3.
Oh my god, you would do it, wouldn't you? You used to tell me that a criminal was ever confronted by his victims and the media would be almost side-turned. Well, I met my victims. This has been side-turned at all. It's been positively frightening.
4, 5,
John, think
6,
about this.
7,
Stop it.
8, 9.
I haven't got it! I haven't got your money! Are you an idiot? Do you need this entire building to fall on you? I don't have it! She has it! Isn't it obvious? She's been waiting for this moment.
No, she's well provided for.
Are you sure? Think about it, because you're not thinking about it. Why was she so sure that she hadn't set the alarm? Because she never sets it. She wants to be burgled.
No, you're lying. She doesn't know the combination.
Think about it. This could have worked. What's your routine? You garage the car while she comes in and turns off the alarm. That would give her plenty of time to see that the house had been burgled, go to the safe, get the money out, and blame it on us. When we got here, the freaking door was unlocked. We couldn't believe it. We walked right in.
And neither can I. That wouldn't have worked. It didn't work.
You sure? You sure she couldn't have figured out the combination?
No, she doesn't have that kind of mind.
2, 5, 1, 0, 8, 8. Bingo.
You knew?
Of course I knew. Though I didn't know you could be so sentimental.
And you took the money.
Yeah?
But haven't I only given you enough?
Yes. Given, John. It's always given. Do you know what it's like asking you for money? I get sick to my stomach.
You still ask.
Yeah, but it gets harder every time. You know, you send checks as if it's your death warrant or something?
Doesn't seem to stop you from being extravagant.
On the contrary, I live quite frugally, if you bother to look at me once in a while. You notice you've often paid for the same dress twice.
What?
I pick the invoices up off the floors of the dress shops.
Why?
Because if I'm on the way up, Joan, I want to be well provided for.
You would have been.
No, you'd have fought, you'd have wriggled. You know, you'd have probably gone abroad.
You're gonna have to wait till I'm dead.
No, see, that's the trouble. You're younger than I am, and knowing you, you'd probably take it with you. That's why I decided to start my own fund.
What fun.
For my old age, as you quaintly put it. I call it, and this should really amuse you, my Frig You Fund. If you're not going to shoot me, I'm going to go to bed. And don't keep me awake looking for the money because you won't find it.
And you were prepared to let them take all their things just so you could have the money?
Your things, John.
When are you leaving?
Leaving? I'm not leaving. Why should I?
Then why?
Why? Because now, I can leave if I want to. So watch it.
Jenny. I'm sorry. What can I say?
Nothing. Trevor, I'm going to pack.
Jenny?
By the way, John, I did remember you vividly. Your pants were always ridiculously short, and you smelled like that shithole you lived in.
Trevor,
It's fine, Joan. It's fine.
I don't know what came over me. How did this all happen?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be hitting the old dusty trail. I'm clearly not. You guys got this, and I'm gonna.
Everything's wrong. Everything's all messed up.
You know what? These things are always better out in the open, and you know, it always looks much better in the morning. Like I said, you don't need me, so I'm gonna be.
It's you, isn't it?
John, no.
Yeah, no, it's you. Ever since you came here, you've been interfering with our lives. You've been messing everything up.
John.
You haven't
John.
just stolen my things, Spring.
John.
You've stolen my life. It's okay, I left the catch on.
What's happening? Well, that's torn and he's dead!
What?
You shot it! Well, you didn't shot him, you gave him a heart attack!
What?
You know what? Let's all calm down here. There's no witnesses, nobody saw, just had a heart attack, alright? Look, the lights are on at the Coopers now. You go down there, you phone the police, and you let them know that we had a burglary.
Thanks, Trevor. You know, he really was in the wrong line of work.
Well, you can get up now.
No, I can't. I'm dead.
You're not dead.
What did I tell you? Psychopath. Should be paired up with a guy like him back in Boston. Hate razor blades as the Cheerios. Same type of guy.
Well, you better get out of here before he comes back.
What are you gonna tell him?
Unexpected recovery. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'll think of something.
Hope you don't think too harshly on me because of all this.
Harshly.
Yeah, I'll be on take it personally.
Personally? Spriggs, this whole thing has been personal. We haven't been burgled, we've been personally violated.
Okay, what about me though?
What about you?
I came here looking for moral leadership and strong relationships. What I found was crumbling relationships and no moral leadership. It's been very disappointing. Look, what I'm saying here is, if indeed you feel the need in your heart to blame this on somebody, blame it on society.
Society.
Yeah.
Society? I'm not gonna blame this on society, Spriggs. You're an old rogue and you always have been. Anyways, I'm quite sure society would be quite happy without you.
Why are you letting me go then?
Because I think it'd be best for all those concerned.
Well, I think it would. Maybe it's because you did open that safe. You tell me, if there had been money in there, would you have taken it?
I don't know.
None of us do until we're tempted. Take your first cigarette. And then you shouldn't take a puff, but you do anyway, so it's just so goddamn tempting. Now here comes the important part, Brian. Trevor. Here comes the important part, Trevor. How do I get out of here?
Well, you take the northerly route, about 60 miles, right? And then you'll hit a farm, I think. Now you can turn right and take the maze, or you can turn left and take the fields.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. Northerly direction, 60 miles. Whatever happened to left and right? God, I hate the countryside. Okay, I'm gonna need to make a call.
Well, you cut the wires.
Yeah, cut the wires. I am an idiot. Why did I cut those wires? I shouldn't have cut those wires. I just cut them, and I didn't know what I was thinking, and I shouldn't have cut them, because now I can't make a call.
Where did you get that?
John's. Hello. Queen's Hotel. Excellent. Look, I need you to put me through with a Mrs. Patterson, please. Yes, I know it's late, but this is urgent. You don't have a Mrs. Patterson. What? No, I'm not trying to waste your time. Listen, do you have a Mrs. Valentine there? You don't. No? Okay. Do you have a, Mrs. Cutlery there? You do? Excellent. Put me through. Yo, Tango 1, it's the Warhawk. All right, I need you to get out here immediately. Yeah, I know it's late. Okay, A, shut up. B, I'm stuck here in the wild, okay? There's nothing around here. I gotta get out of here. I'm surrounded by cows with anthrax, okay? Vampire bats, and a crazy guy with a gun, and so, all right, you listen to me. You get out here right now, if not sooner. What? What? Oh my God.
And what happens now?
Our car has been stolen out of a secure car park. Is this country coming to? What are you laughing at? It's just me and sketches. Mr. Miles, screw it!
experience for us both.
Thank you to the tech booth.
Let's try and keep and thank you to our actors who are amazing.
Thank you to our directors who we put through hell.
I would like to thank Mozart, who has also been put through hell, but not quite as much as Odette.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
And drive safe.